You know, I really didn't feel like this is one of the days where I didn't feel like doing this. And just as I start, like I clicked on stream, and then I have to get up and go do something else. So yeah, it's probably gonna go quiet for the next few minutes, and then once I get back, we'll go and look at what's going on the charts. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too long of a wait. But what does it matter? Because there's no one watching live anyway. Yeah, let's get to this. Like, I had a whole bunch of shit I was gonna say, right? Like this week, but I just feel so low energy right now. I don't even feel like talking. Right, this is not the chart we're supposed to be looking at. Okay, start with the daily chart. Okay, let's do this. Go on the monthly chart here. So I can do the top-down analysis, but before we get into the top-down analysis, gotta review trades from last week, or trade ideas from last week, and then get into the analysis. So gold I saw was bullish, which was could have been a pretty decent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Pretty much almost called the fucking high of the day before the week even started. And then yeah, Thursday and Friday didn't give that final push I was expecting, but more or less in line with the chart that with my markup. So let's to look at this on lower time frame. Ew. Say ew. That was Thursday, I remember that. Yeah. It's one of those days. To go back to the higher time frame, make it visible on the lower time frames. Change the color actually. Let's see it better. And let's go to the 30-minute. So what would have guided my decision making process actually? You know, this is going far beyond what I needed to do. What as the whole point of this is basically kind of got the gist of what the last week was gonna do, but just not in the right measurements, I guess. And then JP225 also was wrong. This is actually very wrong. Not even also was wrong. This is very wrong because I thought the week was gonna start bullish and expand higher and then go lower. But what we had instead is a liquidity sweep, several liquidity sweeps that followed each other, and then up to the last one, which has now seen price break, run higher back into this. What do I call this? Order block midpoint, which is also aligned with buy side liquidity, but in general, my prediction was wrong because we went up and then came down and then went up again. And then for Euro USD, this one was pretty spot on, except that went a bit further than I expected it to go. So we went down, came back up, Well, I was expecting a bounce up somewhere here, so that did go beyond my expectations. That went beyond my expectations, and then we went and closed the week not here, but bounced off here and closed the week just around this area. So yeah, that was last week. Now we look at this week. Like I had stuff prepared that I was gonna talk about, but I don't feel like it right now. And yeah, feeling is the secret, isn't it? The secret is the feeling. One of those two. Okay, so let's look at the monthly chart for JP225. Let me get this a little brighter. Um, Still consolidating within the previous month's range, which is why I'm expecting to see further retracement lower. Otherwise, we would have probably expanded above here by now and continued going higher. And then I realized I'm doing all this chart markup and I haven't taken the economic calendar off. Ah, man. Like, it's just one of those days. Like, it's just one of those days. As a striker, it's like, no matter what you do, the ball just does not go in. Complete opposite happens on other times where, like, you could touch the ball with your ear and it go into the back of the net. Uh, so there's unemployment claims. Pretty much Thursday is the only high news day, so should see a pretty chilled week and then a reversal on Thursday. Now to get this off, my gosh, okay, you know what? You'll see it once we get there. I'm not gonna go through all that again. Yeah, for value gap down here, it's too far. This is the closest one. So buy side, um, yeah, we could look to go lower or respect this balance that's been rebalanced apparently. I was watching a certain Greek Norwegian trader. He's probably not Greek or Norwegian, but that's how I'm describing him. A Greek Norwegian trader who was talking to me about balanced and rebalanced, balanced price ranges. That's what he was talking about. Okay, as you can see, I'm sleepy. Excuse me for that. Or I might be hungry. I'm not sure. We traded into this fair value gap and closed above it. 2 candles down. My expectations next week we're going higher. At the very least, forming a swing high or okay. So previous week purged both buy side and sell side of the week before it, which is what they say, clearing the boards for a new leg higher or a new run. Apparently, that's what these market people say. All in all, you have buy side liquidity over there. Incompatible. Means okay. And then sell side liquidity is down here. For those of you that don't know how to change the position of text on TradingView, there's a demo of it. So yeah, buy side, sell side, we look closer to the buy side, so I think we're gonna hit that first. Probably refine this on the daily. But we're gonna hit the reverse. Okay, so you can take this off. So that's a higher time frame, key level. Extend this into next week, although it has been purged over here just about. Yeah, as I was saying. um, yeah, I was talking about my predictions from last week. This I was expecting to run into the buy side and then come back down lower. It just may be that my time frame of it is quite low, and you know, maybe it's gonna happen like this. I don't know, man. Anyway, all I know is that last week was wrong, so we'll see how this week goes. But so far, it's showing that we have signs of bullishness. I'm gonna take these off because we traded below them. Notice though how price did not close below these levels of sell side liquidity, despite the newer levels forming. This level held. So 338, 396, and that's 39 something. So what does that mean? It means that this is the actual range that we're in, and this was what, a shakeout or something like that. But the market still isn't showing any clear direction that it wants to go in. Like, I'm not seeing fair value gaps in any particular direction. There's this one, yes, but this one also. Most recent run into the fair value gap shows that price rejected is balanced, rebalanced, is balanced, and it gets being pushed lower potentially. Alright, so if I had to go based on the high and low of the last 30 days, I would say buy side's getting ran. Because the high of the last 30 days is here. We have pushed lower and we're consolidating. Unless we have a breakthrough here, like through this fair value gap, like a distinct proper close, and it's very likely that price is gonna just maybe run out this level of liquidity which recently formed. To the next chart. Okay, prediction. What's actually happening next week? Because, okay, we rejected the weekly level here, and this daily level has kind of been traded through a couple times. Also, there's this daily level which aligns with liquidity. So like this one gets extended into the upcoming week along with this level of buy side. So it extends to beyond just one day. See how it does tomorrow. And then your level of sell side is down here. Yes, I know I said that this level is to be noted because it okay. Let's just make a copy of this. And then have something like that over there. I should probably have a sticky note somewhere that reminds me of what I was looking at, because I don't review these videos. I mean, if anything, it takes 1, 2, 3 candles to go down, and then just one candle erases all that. looks pretty bullish to me. Could have another run into there, and then go there. Because next week isn't looking too like it's gonna be volatile. There's not that much news, so probably still be consolidating within this range, looking to break to the upside. That's my take. And also, when I said I didn't know what I was doing, I meant like in terms of streaming. I've never been a streamer before, so I was looking for different inspiration sources from different kinds of streamers, and just as with all things, there's some people that work harder than others but don't get compensated as much because maybe they're not solving a problem that's, or they're not in the right position to, for their skills or their solution to be seen as a worthy purchase. Words. So what is this Euro USD? Run above previous month's high and then kind of just consolidating in here. This is that what summer slowdown that this guy talks about. Jeez, dude. This is week 30, man. We literally have 22 weeks left in this year. I'm still out here trying to pass a 5K challenge on YouTube. It will be okay. Yeah, we're still consolidating within this range, so probably not gonna break to the upside yet. What do we have here? Here we have some slightly more activity. Nakuja. See what I mean? Gotta revisit my journal later. Okay, so this is a bit more interesting than the last pair was. Hmm. She just gap lower. That tells me that this PD array is not invalid. So what do we have here? We have an imbalance, which probably will get traded into next week and then see push lower, or it will just get overrun next week and then see price run for liquidity above. From this angle, I can't tell. So we did hit this previous level of liquidity, so it could be pointing to running to the upside. Potentially. Tentatively. Daily chart. This is the one I was saying I got right. Cause price more or less moved as I expected, came down, came back up, and then continued down. Didn't end the week where I thought it would, closing up here instead of down here. But that's more or less the same thing. Anyway, that week's over. It's not like I can trade that anyway. Multiple levels of sell side just kept on being run through. Again. Okay, let's expand this into next week. Probably should have expanded this on the higher time frame too, but here we are. Buy side liquidity was ran over there. Sell side liquidity, the next level of sell side liquidity is down here. And we've had all these days close above the midpoint of the breaker block. So I'm seeing it as it's likely for that price will continue, will consolidate at the very least, because it's a low news week. It's no high impact news. Okay, that's irrelevant. So is that. Just take them off the charts. Low high of the last 20 days here. We ran above it and came back down. Immediate rebalance, and then price continues lower. This is, however, looking very manipulated because I don't see any fair value gaps pushing, showing displacement to the downside. Okay, this can go. My mouse went. Okay, there we go. I see next week maybe more consolidation. It's my take. And lastly, gold. Let's start with the monthly chart. No changes. Imbalance right there. Okay, I guess we'll mark that out. Something that price could be responding to, or the altcoin price could be responding to. Buy side, previous month's high, previous month's low. Having consolidation. Probably won't get active till like August, September, probably September, October, November, I don't know. Buy side, technically this level of buy side is still valid because we did have a little passover, but that week started over there, which means we did trade above it, but we didn't trade above it, kind of. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, let's just extend this forward for another week. This forward for another week, and then realize that there's a level. It's also down here. Okay, so how this is going is we have a swing low over here that formed, and now it's looking like we're going to form a swing high, and then it's going to continue consolidating. This, unfortunately, doesn't really map out to anywhere. Actually, I'm just going to leave this on the monthly chart because here it's looking hella confusing, but we'll see on the daily. Maybe I'll just take it off for the weekly and then leave it on the other time frames. All I'm saying is this. I want to see how price interacts at this level on the lower time frames, and then you can make a decision of buying or selling. High, low of the last 20 days. This overlaps with this, so I'm gonna take this off as just clean buy side swept. Came back, that was pretty close. It's nearly the high of the day, is what I was saying. So I was saying, yeah, got it okay for the first 2 days. That was expected. I didn't expect it to pull back like this far back, and now I can call it what? This is the new level of buy side. Ooh, something I just noticed. Well, depending on how Monday goes, we have a high on the left, and we have another high on the right. That's looking like it's defended. It's being defended. We have the sweep of liquidity, and this fair value gap was respected. We also have that imbalance being respected. Can't believe I turned down dinner for this. Anyway. Sell side's down here. Okay. This is the mini range that we have to deal with. Just making any sense on the daily. It's kind of holding like price isn't really wanting to close too far below this level here, so we'll treat it as something that can be referenced at a later point, because right now it's just adding noise. Order block, fair value gap within the order block, pointing to higher prices if you ask me, maybe up until here. How exactly, I'm not sure, because this is a swing high and a swing high, and this was also ends up being a swing high. That's why I'm saying I have to wait for Monday to close. Then it's likely that we might see some retracement further down before a run higher. So for this one, I can't really say how I'm expecting it to go, but if we do get something like because this midpoint hasn't been traded into yet, but this one's been traded into a couple times, so we could get something like this. at least here. That's my take. And we are done for the week. I will see you next week, where hopefully I'll have more energy to talk about things that I relate to these charts.